week was pretty rough. Grand Rising. This week was pretty rough. I could have a whole conversation by myself. Hello to YouTube. Hello to Facebook. Hello to everybody who's watching Grand Rising. We are here with a few announcements, and then we'll jump right into it because it has been a heavy week. Let me know in the comments how you guys, hey Amy, girl, Taurus, let me know how your week has been. I know my week has been pretty busy, that I kind of haven't been paying attention to myself. And Grand Rising, everybody, I haven't been paying attention to myself. It has been a busy week. However, it has been productive. So I don't know, let me know in the comments, have you guys been seeing some type of manifestation happening for you guys, but at the same time you've been going through some rough times dealing with personal issues? Definitely last week was one of those weeks. I know at some point in the week I was feeling lonely, and then I found out that the moon, the full moon that's coming up, which by the way, this reading is going to be about the full moon in Leo at 9 degrees. And so I was like, I'm feeling lonely. And then all of a sudden I read up, because I have to read sometimes to figure out like, why do I feel this way, like you guys are doing this. So, and then Leo is by itself, and all the party is happening in Taurus and Aquarius. So it's just like, no wonder we feeling lonely, because Leo is the heart chakra. It deals with having fun. And then so I know last week I was having fun because I was being creative and I was in my creative mode, but I like taking naps, and I didn't really take a nap, and I found that to be fun. So did you guys have fun last week? Or, you know, just let me know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you guys know a little bit about what's going on. Have a couple of goodies for you guys. The first thing I want to say is, if you're into tarot, we have $22 off of the tarot course that's happening with Claudia and I. You guys, I don't know, every fucking week. Every week. I be feeling like nobody be wanting me to come on here, but we here. We coming here. So, and so this week, we until February 1st, we have $22 off for the tarot card course. So check that out. It's in the description. And I also have the Instagram was not that great. It sounded very alienated, so I'm feeling like I had to like cut it off. But I'm gonna say it again real quick. I have soul box that there's sea salt, there's a crystal, everything is personalized for you. The crystal is blessed as well. You got 2 bars of soaps. If you order before the 27th, you get this pocket exfoliator. I tried it yesterday. I'm not going for it. It was really good. Then you have a dress candle that's really good. I burned it myself, you guys. I'm going to put it on TikTok so you guys can do TikTok or Instagram to see how the candle burned. It was really powerful. The flames was really like gorgeous. And it's for abundance. This this box is for abundance. So and this candle burns within an hour, and you do have to watch it. So that means that you putting up all your intentions, so you have to have time for this. So it's really good. And last but not least, this beautiful oil that comes in the box. So check out everything. So the other thing that I want to say is, we have a Reiki session for the full moon that's coming up, and that's going to be, I'm going to do a Reiki session for the Buy Me a Coffee team. Thank you guys for the support. I'm coming out with a couple of articles for you guys. I stay up late for you guys writing up articles. That's why when I send stuff to you guys, it'd be a whole bunch, because it's just be there. So we're gonna do the full moon and Reiki, the full moon Reiki session. Full moon is about releasing all the time. Most times it does change depending on the zodiac, but the full moon pretty much is to help you let go of those unwanted energies, especially now that it's going to be in Leo. We're gonna release a lot of our inner child, what we kept stuck as a child, because Leo likes to have fun, and if we're not having fun during this time, then that means that we need to let go of those things that's making us feel stuck. And I'm feeling like, ew, like, you know, like, ew, don't touch me, like any of those things that makes you feel uncomfortable, not in an uncomfortable way where you scared, because right, you could be uncomfortable in fear, right, but still go for things, but like uncomfortable where you just like, no, I know something is not gonna go right. those are the things that this Reiki session is going to help release. Especially like indecision too. Being in Aquarius season, that's another thing. We overthink. So if we're gonna make a fucking peanut butter sandwich, now we want to know if we want to add jam, or if we want to add a little bit of honey, or now do we want to add some raisins. So like, just make the peanut butter sandwich and just eat the shit. So try your best not to overthink things, and not to take things personal either, because Leo is center of attention. So right now with the full moon, and then feeling lonely and everybody's having a party over there, you're going to probably feel some type of way about a lot of things, and especially if you have anybody who's Aquarius or Taurus around you. So I'm going to pull out a chakra for everybody to see what chakra is aligned for us this week. And so the full moon is also what happened in the last 6 months from the new moon. So you guys can remember 6 months ago what the hell you was doing, which you should be writing these things down. So if you manifested anything during the new moon, now you either have already seen the fruition of it, or this is where you're going to be seeing the fruition of it as well, because of the ending of your manifestation. So if you have that, which I recommend, a new moon or full moon manifestation book, you'll be able to go back to your notes and see what you requested from the universe. Which 9 out of 10 times, if your intentions were there and your feelings were there, that shit came true. So we're gonna come out with the chakras. After the chakras, we're gonna pull out a lesson, and then from there, I'm gonna get into the zodiac signs, which would be for the full moon in Leo. For those of you who won the tarot cards during the podcast, we have the tarot cards. We're going to be sending them out to you guys within the next 2 weeks. And for those of you who, I apologize, have won the 12 months reading, I still got you guys. I just haven't been able to sit the hell down for my goddamn self. So I want to make sure I'm going to have the right energy for you guys. I don't just do readings just to do readings. Like, I do readings that are powerful. That's why I can't just be like, oh, I'm going to pull out a card. No, I have to be in that energy, because then you get whack readings. I don't like that. I'm not whack like that. All right. With that being said, I haven't seen any of you guys' comments, so hold on before y'all kick my butt. All right. Ow. Thank you, Vicky, because you know, Vicky, she got the tarot card and she got the 12-month reading, but you're a good supporter. All right. Yeah, right, my bones be hurting too. So you know what's good? Turmeric is really good for that. And stretching, right? How many of us like just wake up and be like, nah, let's like, something, right? Because with this COVID, if that's happening to you, we are like staying in a lot, and we don't walk a lot. We used to walk to work. We used to do this. We used to do that. So if you feeling like that, don't forget vitamin D. Right now, we are not getting any vitamin D. Don't forget, I'm a holistic health coach. I could do this. Vitamin D is very important. Even for myself, I started losing my hair. So I had to start taking more vitamin D. That's why I really cut my hair, because I'm like, oh no, I'm going bald. Oh no. But anyways, it's coming back. Y'all gonna see it. I play too much. Let me focus. Alright, don't forget to like and to share, please, so that way other people can see it. Alright, so let's go. Don't forget I answer y'all questions too, so don't think that I don't interact with y'all, alright? It gets crazy. Alright, what chakra? Dear angels and archangels, thank you so much for being here, protecting us and guiding us. We have collectors on Facebook, YouTube, and everywhere receiving this message. What chakra should we pay attention to during this full moon? Wouldn't it be the heart chakra? So funny. Ha ha. Right, because Leo is the heart, right? So right now, looking, if y'all think as that is there. So Leo pretty much is compassion, forgiveness, and gentleness. All right, so for this week, predominantly this week, is going to be heavy. Make sure that you bring compassion into everything that you do. And that shit's going to be tough, because there's going to be people that's going to get on your fucking nerves. And then you're going to be like, well, how am I going to have compassion with somebody who's, like, literally ticking me off? That's the lesson right there. because at the end of the day, they're teaching you something. Whenever there's friction, there's a teachable moment. And then our ego is the one that gets in the way and feel offended and or starts putting up that defense mechanism, because that's what we're used to. So try your best for this week to work on your heart chakra. You guys know I love frequencies, so go right onto YouTube, do 15 minutes, do 5 minutes. Heck, walk in the fucking street and say, my heart is compassionate, my heart is forgiving, my heart is compassionate, my heart is forgiving. Right there, that's a mantra. You could come up with your own shit. Talk to your spirit guides. Just say, bring me the words that's needed to clear up my heart. Because right now, Leo, like I said, is feeling lonely. And then so if you're feeling lonely, you're going to also feel bitter, because you're going to feel like people's not around you. So are you around yourself? Whatever you want, do it for yourself, and then others will sit there and do it for you as well, right? So if you start loving yourself, then others will start loving you, but it starts with you. So that's why it's telling us to go back into our hearts, all right? Okay. Let's see what's the lesson. And so Taurus and Aquarius, you guys are going to be having a lot of friction this week, because there's a lot of planets. Aquarius, you already know what time it is. Like, really, just sit still. Sit still and receive. If there's things are falling apart, just allow it to, because honestly, you've been waiting for this for a long time. You just didn't know that it was going to come like this hard, just like Capricorn didn't know either, right? Because these planets just come in and shake shit the fuck up, and you done manifested that shit 10 years ago. So expect the miracle. Go ahead, universe. All right, expect the miracle. Something will come into your life that will serve your healing. Very important. Heart chakra, your healing, right? And remember, it's the lesson. So be open to it and express gratitude when it occurs. Your goal, to know that the world becomes a vessel for the divine when you see the divine in all things. Perfect message. Perfect. Gentleness. So this right here also reminds me of like boundaries, right? Keep your boundaries close to you. So that doesn't mean that you have to sit there and allow somebody to mistreat you and beat you up, and then you be like, oh, I love you, compassionate. No, that's not what I'm talking about, all right? Because people could be mean and spiteful. So what I am saying is that if you see that you're going to be triggered by somebody, be the grown-up to be like, I take some time and think before you talk. You understand? So that way you'll be able to manage the situation a little bit better than to just speak from that wounded spot that's going to cause you to then not see how much of a miracle that outburst or that argument was. Trust me, I know that is fucking hard, because I deal with that all the time. But at the end of the day, you have to focus on yourself and your energy, and know that once you open yourself up to go into that outburst, you're giving that energy away. The one that you just went to the universe and said, heal me, and now you're going to give that away to somebody that doesn't even deserve it at this time, because they're not on the same frequency as you. Think about it. All right. So we talked about the full moon that's going to be on the 28th. On the 30th, Sunday is a great day to be productive in the nighttime if you really want to get some type of work done. But be easy with yourself, because these energies are really like shaking things up. So do your routine, add some new stuff so you can be able to withstand what's coming towards you. Aquarius season is already here. You guys already know. Mercury retrograde, we'll talk about that next week. But Mercury retrograde is coming up on the 30th. And then between the 20th and the 27th is when it starts dying out. So it wouldn't be a good time to start any projects. Excuse me. If you have Mercury retrograde in your natal chart, it's a little bit different, which I do as well. So we are quite still productive when the Mercury is retrograde. But in some senses, we are a bit not so productive when it's not. So I'll talk about that another time. Anyway, so starting new projects, moving, electronics, you guys already know. Just watch out for these things. Communication, we just talked about that. Communication is going to be very rocky. It actually already started like 2 weeks ago. So if you already seen that you sent a text message to the wrong person, That's all of that. Double check everything. If you left something, watch out for your cell phones. They might break. Computers might go slow. So just for the next, I want to say 2 to 3 weeks, be kind to yourself. And I know it's going to be hard to remember, but you guys come on every week, so you already know, like, really pay attention to these things, because you're starting to learn the energy around you and how to control your field, your energy field. What happens out of your energy field is what's coming towards you, but what you can control in your energy field it feels good. All right, so let's get to it. Let me see what y'all telling me, because I'm just like blah, blah, blah. And hello to everybody. Letty, do you follow me on TikTok? I got somebody with the same name, but I don't know if it's you, so I ain't want to be like, hey, and then they think that I'm like a stalker or something. Hello, everybody. Yes, if you have a question, but I won't be saying the question till after. I won't be answering any questions till after Virgo. So if you put your questions down there, I'll scroll and I get to it as soon as I get to that section. All right. Let's get into it. What y'all having? Anybody having tea, breakfast? What y'all doing? Que lo que. All right. The angels and archangels. Y'all, I have a 60-year-old client that I have this evening that I'm going to go see. She be doing her magic and stuff. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Don't forget, I made this jar for her. If you guys want me to make this jar for y'all, let me know. Hit me up. This is an abundance jar that I put crystals, herbs, and a lot of chanting energy. But I also have the PDF where you can do it your goddamn self. Go get that for $7. Alright, Aries, you have the 6 of Swords in reverse. Taurus, you have the Page of Coins in reverse. So, some money coming in. Gemini, you have, okay. Gemini, I'm not going to talk now. It's like the Ace of Gems. Okay. That's the Ace of Coins. Cancer, the Hermit, some type of unlearning that you're doing. Leo, huh? I mean, why not? The Tower, right? Is your moon the Tower? You feel lonely? If you have a Leo moon, this definitely is affecting you. It's a lot of changes happening. Virgo. Virgo with the Hermit. Virgo, what you searching for? Libra. The 10 of Cups. Scorpio, the 8 of Wands. Scorpio want to move. Or you moving on the low. Creeping. Sagittarius, you have the 6 of Coins. Being nice this week. Okay. Capricorn, you have the Page of Cups. Dropping some love here and there. Aquarius. Emotional. Aquarius, you hiding your emotions, but right now probably wouldn't be the great time. I'm gonna need you to help other people know that you need help, right? You have the King of Cups. And Pisces. Three of Swords. Oh gosh. All right, like I said, for this week, for everybody from the 25th all the way up to like about the 31st. Let's just say that this right here is judgment. Right now, a lot of us are wanting to put ourselves in that victimization role, to feel like people are coming at you or things are happening to you. So just get out of that stage. Look, 20, right? Get out of the 2020 mindset. Get out of that mindset where you lost your job, so now you feel like you can't get anywhere. No, there's opportunities for you out there. There's always opportunities, whether if you're going to stay here or whether if you're going to go somewhere else. There's opportunities for everybody. So, and then with judgment, don't judge yourself for what you have. Don't judge yourself for what you, the choices that you have made. Or anybody else's choice. Like, fuck what other people are doing. Don't tell them, don't judge them, right? Now, judging is a little bit different than being a friend and then also sharing what you see, right? Because when people come at you, that's another thing. If somebody is giving you an advice from a perspective of them viewing you from the outside in your actions, that's not necessarily judging you, but our ego would put that as judging because we have never seen ourselves in that perspective. So it's just like, who are you to tell me that that's what I do? Or who are you to tell me that that I need to do this, that, and the third? Because I don't see myself that way. It will clearly be that you won't, because they're viewing you from their point of view and perspective. So that's something to take into consideration, because our ego fucks that shit up when we're about to learn a lesson and we get real defensive, and it's just like, forget about it. The lesson is over. So just make sure that we think about those things this week as people start telling us who we are or how they see us. Because remember, everything is an opinion. All right. It's a lot of messages today. Fucking Aquarius, right? All right. Aries, the Six of Clouds, which is in reverse. So right now, you're really debating if you should be moving or not, or you really thinking about transitioning, and that could be transitioning into a different job, that could be a relationship, that could be the way you treat yourself, especially when it comes to the swords. The swords is about mental stability, right? So you found balance in your mental stability, and now you want to know how can you move forward with these with the thoughts that you have and the projects that you got going. There's nothing negative really happening right now, but you are going to be in a balanced state. So when this full moon comes in, you'll be able to release whatever it is that you're releasing at this current time, because you have been able to write out your plan or what it is that you want to do. With transitioning as well, if you're thinking about moving, this also talks about you really digging deep into yourself and figuring out how is it that you want your apartment to look, or your house to look, or who you want to be around, what you want your neighbors to look like. How does that feel? And don't forget to visit these places that you do want to move to, because then that's going to allow you to see if that's the best place for you. For others of you, you just moving forward with any plans that you have had in the last 3 months is a go time for you. Like, you don't even care about Mercury retrograde. Just remember, if you do start something during Mercury retrograde, people, it might not go far, or it might collapse. So just remember, anything that you start, try your best not to get an apartment, a car, like all that shit. I remember one time I did something without even knowing about that damn Mercury retrograde, and everything was just going haywire, and the shit didn't work out. So just be careful. If there's an apartment coming up, ask them, can I get this date right here, like, which is after the Mercury retrograde, so that way you guys can be able to get the apartment and not lose out on it. All right, Taurus, with efficiency, with your money right now, you've gotten a little bit of lump sum, or some people have been invested in you. If people are not investing in you at this current time in a sense of like worthiness, then you are also figuring that out as well. So you're managing two things. You're managing your money, and then you're also managing your worthiness. That's Zeus, y'all. He's under the tripod. So when it comes to your self-worth, you're working on that. Some of you guys are working on your self-worth and really actually on your image, right? With the green, you're really working with yourself. Actually, some of you guys in the mirror like, I love you, like doing this little dance or whatever. All right, cool, no problem. Do that. That works. But I'm gonna need you to also figure out who else is around you, and so they won't bring down that self-worth, right? Because there's some people that's watching you and seeing how you're elevating in a glowy way, like, right? It's not like you showing off flashy, but what you're doing is like you're glowing from the inside. You're taking care of your skin. You just really eating healthy. I don't know what you're doing, but you're doing all those things. And so people around you may not want to see you in that space. So you want to make sure that you keep everything around yourself. Keep things quiet. When it comes to money as well, if you're doing some type of investment, it'll be a great time to do that before the retrograde. And then sharing. Some of you guys may also be throwing a party for somebody. I don't know. That's some of you guys throwing a party for somebody, but you definitely will be in the sharing mode this week, and that talks about your knowledge, right? I'm hearing that you're sharing your knowledge, not necessarily anything monetarily. Yeah. All right. So we having a good week so far with the Leo. Okay. Yeah, Gemini, opportunities right here. Some of you might be getting that ring if that's what you've been waiting for, right? Be careful during the Mercury retrograde. I'm just saying. Others of you will be really understanding who you are and what, like you're saying to yourself, I'm that diamond in the rough, or that, right? That diamond in the rough. That, I think that, don't quote me on that. But anyways, long story short, you found yourself, and now you just like, I dusted myself off, and I'm here, bitches. And I know that I have opportunities out there for me. So as I continue to evolve, I'm gonna continue to see what is going on for me. So be open this week, because things are coming to you like in a rapid pace. I mean, with your sister sign Aquarius and season, like, how could you not? But others of you, I would like for you to take up any course that's available, that's free online, because this also talks about your mental stability also getting stronger as you start noticing what you truly want to do. And that could be noticing that you want to be treated better. So if you want to be treated better, then you're going to go into that self-care journey. And as you go through that self-care journey, you start knowing your worth, and then you start seeing how people treat you that way as well. And with money, you also some of you guys are gonna be getting some money as well. And so some of you guys are getting, there's 3 of y'all that some moolah's gonna be coming in. Can you take me out to eat? And so with that money, what I'm getting for you guys is you're going to be actually just spending it on yourself and just doing, like, again, like I said, a self-care day. So it might just be a little small sum of money that's going to be able to get you an outfit that makes you look cuter, or whatever it is that you like to do with your money. But it's not something big. But all right, that's it. That's not for everybody. Jesus. Cancer with the Hermit, unlearn. Right now, you within yourself, you're saying, I don't want to be like this anymore. I don't want to be treated like this anymore. So right now, I'm gonna sit with myself, and I'm gonna see what was it in the past that stopped me from growing, and I'm gonna make sure that I pay attention to that to remove that out of my life. So Cancer, you guys are going deep. You guys are really going within yourself and saying no more. And with this also, it could be any type of religion that you may have had in the past. You just like, that's not for me anymore. I'm going to go another way. But just this Leo new moon brings in. All right, so don't forget, this is what Leo's new moon is bringing in for you guys, all right? So transition, opportunities, efficiency, sharing, unlearning. So Cancer, be sure to focus on yourself, right? And the reason why I say that is because there's going to be some people that's going to be interfering next week to try to get you off track. So this is why I keep saying bring it into yourself, because they are the ones that's teaching you what you are asking to unlearn. So you're saying, I don't want to do this anymore, and then this opportunity comes in, and you might find it as an opportunity, but it's the lesson that's coming in. Pay attention. But you'll definitely see the changes happening. And I'm also hearing declutter. So allow yourself to, and it's more of your mind. Write things down to let things out, so that way they don't have to stay there. If you want to burn it, you can do that too during the full moon, which I recommend to everybody. Write it and burn it. Talking about burning. Let it burn. Don't sing. Leo, 16 turns into a 7, right? 7 is the number of spirit. The Tower card. Right here. And it's internal. So technically, there's anything that's happening external that's causing you to feel triggered is really more from the inside. So I would say, honestly, shield yourself, stay away from people, because they will be triggering you during this full moon. And for others of you who are aware of the energy, then it's going to be easier for you, because especially if you've been doing the work. So if you've been doing the work, a lot of this energy becomes a bit easier because you have the tools. So make sure you have your yoga on point, not on point, but on deck, because yoga's fucking hard. Yoga, your breathing techniques, we already talked about the heart chakra. So do all those things are going to help all of us, because I do that myself, to be able to move through this energy where you can see your neighbor is going through some shit. You know, you might not be able to be like, yo, the stars, because they're not going to understand, but at least you do it, so now you're able to fix yourself. And just remember that we emulate that energy. So as you continue to improve yourself, not fix yourself, excuse me guys, improve yourself, that energy hits everybody else, whether you believe it or not. All right, so all I have to say for Leos is just keep to yourself. And again, do not beat yourself up during this time. You will be feeling lonely, and it's not how do I know? I'm like, it's not on purpose that you're lonely. It's just that that's really what's happening in the skies. If you guys look it up, Leo's all by itself, and it's just like right now everything is happening on the other side, which is a good thing, because maybe some of you guys have not had that chance to be by yourself. So as you're with yourself, you're able to understand what energy is yours and what's not yours. So take this time take it as a grain of salt, because you may not have this opportunity again, besides it being the full moon next year, but that's another story. At least for 2021. All right. The Hermit for Virgo, and then I'm going into the comments. The Hermit. Virgo, yes, this is you, right? And then, so what's happening here in the 9th house, it talks about travel. So some of you guys might even be able to get a chance, and you may not go far, but you might, all right, so boom, 2 things. You might meet some of you guys might meet a Sagittarius who's going to help you guys get deeper into your spiritual work, for those of you who are doing that. For others of you, you might be traveling somewhere to receive some type of information that you've been wanting. There's some Virgos out there who has been really getting into their family history. So you could be going back, I don't want to say back home, but it could be back home inside. So it could be both back home or back home inside, where you start seeking where your family came from, who are you. So a lot of Virgos are having these conversations of who am I, where do I get my features from. So just having this type of knowledge for yourself, it's going to be great. And then with the Leo moon being by itself, like, you guys are like, yes. So you're kind of like happy that this is happening. And then with the nails, what I'm getting is also taking some self-care time. Like, look at her nails. For you especially, do some introspective, but do it alone. Like, you don't have to be around people, something like that. Come on. They make me talk fast. So that means, as I close my eyes now, I see the Aries sign as well. So that you guys might be, or some of you Virgos might be working with some Aries that will help you get some information as well. And they just made me lose the other part. Alright, we're going to leave it at that. Y'all, they be sending me weird messages different ways, y'all. Alright, so let me go into the comments. Alright, so I see somebody had a question. Hey, Hey everybody. Oh, yeah, them lemon dunkers is good, yo. If y'all know where Aldi's is at, them lemon dunkers is great. All right, is this person here? I don't even know their name. How you say that? At Will me and Sabi. All right. Yes, I see it. All right. Get together again. Middle Sal. Sal. Middle Sal. All right. Let me get my Thank you, Leatis. Leatis is getting her coins, y'all. I love my sister. Y'all. Sometimes I complain about my sisters, but they do help me out a lot. But it's all because, like I said, the ego be really in the way when you gotta learn these lessons. And parents really, oh God, I gotta have a conversation about that because I definitely was a wounded child. But parents really mold that when you with your relationships with your siblings. So just remember, if you guys are the same blood type, you gotta start talking to them because if something happens to you, at least they can save you. Some people be like, I don't want their blood. All right. All right. Will me and Seba get together again? It's been a crazy week. All right, let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune says that if that's what you truly want and you guys do feel, yeah, with the Empress card, this is all internal. So you guys, you want to get together, but right now, oh yeah, you really do. Like Jesus Christ, all your cards are in reverse. Hold on, because I want to see what comes up with the upright. 5 change. So what's happening right now is a lesson came between you two that allowed this pause to happen, and so you want the situation to move forward, but right now he is unsure if he wants to move forward with you. This card came in reverse, so he's unsure. You guys do want a future together, but this lesson that came in, right, with the Hierophant was really strong that caused a rift. So in a way, y'all might not get back together, and it all depends on how your conversation goes. So during Mercury retrograde, I would not recommend for you guys to have a conversation because it might not go well. There's going to be a lot of misunderstanding. As opposed to just take this time to stay with yourself and then allow this energy to go forward and then have this conversation again, because I do see it going somewhere should you guys have a conversation that don't hurt each other's feelings. Sometimes we have that itch that we want to have that conversation and it doesn't go well. Or does it go well, or was it the time for it to really happen? Those are the questions that we have. All right, anybody else? All right, Amy, yes. Amy, there's a lot of YouTube videos that's really good. So like right now, if you guys do, I guarantee you there's a 15-minute yoga that works with the heart chakra that can help us for this week, and you guys can go on there and do that. Don't worry, y'all, I'm almost ready for yoga. So I've been studying it, and by March I am going to receive my recertification, my certification for yoga. So I'll definitely be bringing that to you guys as well. I'm gonna have to slow down with my toe because they just be speeding up. Alright, so if nobody has anything, and we still on point, that means I'm talking fast. We got 20 minutes. Alright, Libra. I mean, that's how you feel, Libra. You feeling really good right now. Your back is not hurting. I don't know what that's about. Now you got me rapping. The 10 of Cups in reverse. Libra, you have been doing the work. You have been just pouring into yourself, and right now you're shielding yourself. You don't want to be around nobody. You have a small group of people around you, and right now the negativity is out of your way. So with this Leo full moon, you already know who you want in your circle, and you already know who you don't want in your circle. I got some chopstick, y'all. Who you want in your circle and who you don't want in your circle. Because right now you're really solidifying. So you might have even found somebody that you might be dating. Ooh. I don't be picking up dating a lot. Spirit don't be want me to give y'all some love. They want me to tell y'all to love yourselves. Anyway, so you might be dating, and so now you're keeping people away, so that way you can understand how this dating scene is gonna go for you. You're not really telling anybody about that, so that's pretty cool because right now you are content with how things are going for you. So with this Leo, you're actually gonna embody this full moon loneliness, but it's not really loneliness. It's more of like you and the person that you're dating. You guys are gonna share this time together. So for me, your boundaries are covered. Enjoy this time. Leo's about having fun as well, guys. So even though you're going to be lonely, you're going to be having fun because you're going to have discoveries about yourself. Scorpio, you have the 8 of lightning, which is the 8 of wands, which is action inside. So again, some of you guys are getting really empowered because Leo's about fire as well. So you guys are really getting empowered on managing things that belongs to you, especially at 9 degrees. Leo, from the 10 degrees and down, is all personal. Don't worry about that. It's astrology. But it's at 9 degrees. And so what we're doing is working within ourselves. So this fireness that's happening within is going to give us this opportunity. And that's what Scorpio is, opportunity to break shit down. And that's what Scorpio's taking action to know which way they want to go, especially with the number 8, their finances, right? So Scorpio is taking that action on where they want to work. So like you've been applying, you've been applying for 2 to 3 jobs, and like one of those jobs, 2 of them are going to call you back, but one of them is really going to be the one that you're going to take. That's not for everybody. It sounds real personal, right? Who is that? Comment below. But definitely a lot of movement is going to be happening next week for you. A lot of movement. Right? And this looks like seats to me. So you can also be learning. So you can be sitting in front of a computer or in training. Right? So you might have already gotten the job. So next week you're in training. I definitely see the cash coming in for you guys this week. If you have gotten a gig. When it comes to love, I'm also getting for you guys that you're leaving somebody behind. Some of you guys are leaving somebody behind because you're just like, no, there's no way that I've been putting in this much and we've been working things out, and I just don't feel happy within. So some of you guys are really going to be taking that action. Business owners. Oh, I'm touching 2 cards. Who said that? I'm going to give it to both Scorpio and Sagittarius. Business owners. So some of you guys want to be business owners. Spirit is like, yes. But I'm getting more of this, right? Because this is about Zeus, mi amor. I wish I could see how he's looking at me. He gave me the side eye. So if you're thinking about Sagittarius, you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, this would be a great time for you to look into that. Find out what courses are there. With the number 6, it talks about harmony and stability. Like, so if you are thinking about opening up your own business, this is actually the right time for you to go and do that and find out information, figure out who's your competition, and all those beautiful things so that you can be able to open that up for you. And it's not going to take much for you guys to do that. It would just be the fear of being a business owner that would stop some of you guys. But here, others of you might be receiving or giving. And that could be money. Some of you guys are donating. And others of you are really working in your self-worth this week coming up. Really going in within yourself and saying, no more, I'm not going to allow myself to be like this. I'm going to bring myself to understand why I eat the way I eat, or why I don't exercise, or why I start arguments. Some of you guys might even start thinking about how the argument started and start realizing that some of those arguments were because you weren't in a good space and then you were projecting. So, but you still be able to communicate with people clearly this week, Sagittarius. So just be kind to yourself and know that it's going to be a great week for you, despite of what's happening. Some of you guys, the energies are going to pass, like the energies are not really going to harm, not harm, oh God, why would we use that word? Will really affect you guys. Who's this? Capricorn. Leo is about fun and play, and that's exactly what they're telling you to do. You know, it's funny because Capricorns is like a little bit like Aquarius, right? Because they really back to back, so their emotions are really like so here's just like Capricorn is coming in with a little bit of Leo love. You only got a drop. So if you're around a Capricorn and they showing you some love, just take it. Just take it, all right? And Capricorns, if you're being shown love, just take it. Just take it. Because right now, it's time for you to learn how to receive. It's been quite a long time that you haven't been able to be yourself. So tap into your inner child if it's doing any type of artwork. Heck, if it's even playing in the rain, if it rain next week, right? Don't tell nobody. And it might rain. What if it rains? I don't watch the news, guys, so don't. My mom used to tell me about the weather, and so I don't watch it because it reminds me of her. So sometimes when it rains and snow, I don't know. Don't judge me. But look, this is the card that came out. So it might rain this week or whatever. So for some of you guys, if you are asked to go out and play, go out and play in the rain. But for Capricorns, you guys are really just going to be focusing on your emotions. Just like Aquarius. Because things are happening around you, you are feeling emotionally unstable right now, if that's even a word, or unstable, right? And so you're doing your best to try to, it says master emotional maturity, but you're doing your best to do that. And it's, right now, Spirit is just like, allow your emotions to uplift itself out of your body, right? Because some of you guys have stagnant emotions that have not moved for years, and so Spirit is just like, these things are going to be coming up, and unfortunately you won't be able to control it until you start facing these emotions. So if it feels like this, it's because you're not opening to understand where these emotions are coming from, and you want to put them down, but now your body's like, no, and you like, yes. So this is the tension that you're feeling. So working with your heart chakra is what's going to be good for you. So at the end of this week, you will be able to master a part of your emotions, and that is by gathering yourself some tools to be able to understand. So like, all right, if I cry, I'm going to sit down and watch something funny, or whatever the case may be. Or if I cry, I'm going to call a friend. So it's like you're going to be having some backup. You're going to be having some backup, so when you get emotional, how to get yourself back to being strong, because Aquarius likes to be, you know, strong and shield for everybody. And last but not least, because I love y'all, is Pisces. Pisces is heartbreak. The Three of Swords, mind, body, and soul. So right now, physically, what I see going on for you is a change, right? I'm seeing some of you guys want to tighten up your your quads. So that's like your thighs. So you want to tighten that up. So I'm seeing some of you guys externally doing the bare minimum of exercise to be able to right, you won't be doing it for a long time, but right now you just like, I'm going to go ahead and do what you got to do. Use that energy to do that, because that's what's going to help you get through this mind chatter that you have going on here. because some of you guys might have broken up with somebody, or you are still suffering from a breakup, right? Or you're still going through a breakup. And I'm hearing this is like a long-term breakup, but it has taken up a lot of your time to heal, but you still healed in some aspects. So for right now, what they are saying is that it's still time for you to focus on yourself and get over this, because it's preventing you from bringing in love into yourself. A lot of times we have to let go of things completely and allow it to do a full 180, 360. Anyways, come back around. All right, so don't forget, my peoples, share, like, comment, join the community. We are here. And yeah, let me see if you guys have anything else to say to me, because we did it.